And it is time for my next installment of 4 Looks 1 palette, and this time we are going to be using the Too Faced Semi-Sweet Chocolate Bar palette, which keeps opening on me. But yeah, so that's what we're going to do. For those of you that are new to 4 Looks 1 palette, welcome. And I have quite a long playlist of these. I have over 30 of these now, I believe. I will list the playlist below, so if there's a palette that you're wondering if I've done this with, go ahead and check that playlist. I may have just done it. Who knows? And I have many, many more lined up getting ready to do. So let's go ahead and get started. With this look today, I used Butter Pecan on the inner 2/3, and then I took Blueberry Swirl on the outer 2/3. I blended that and transitioned up with this shade right here called Puddin'. And then as my brow bone highlight, I just used Coconut Cream, which we'll probably do most days. And I used just the tiniest bit of Nougat, which is the shade right here, just again between that Puddin' and then that Coconut Cream. So I'll go ahead and zoom you in. All right, so here's the look. So the only other thing that's on my eyes is I lined my upper waterline, and I used the Marc Jacobs liner in Midnight in Paris. On my cheeks today, I have the L'Oreal True Match blush, which I can't apparently get open, in Tender Rose. That's what I have on my cheeks today. No highlight today. And then on my lips, I have the Essence All About Cupcake lipstick. This is one of my favorites. Doesn't last too long on the lips, but boy, it's pretty. Okay, for my second look, and don't adjust your screens, I did get my hair cut and colored since I filmed the last look. Just an FYI. Okay, I went ahead and took, actually I'll show you the liner first. I took the Tarte Skinny Smolder Eyes in bronze, just plain old bronze, and I smudged that very thickly along my lash line. In my crease, I used peanut butter, and then what I smudged that out with is this Cocoa Chili. And I have Cocoa Chili beneath my lower lash line as well. And then the shade in between peanut butter and Cocoa Chili is Caramel, right here. I also took a little peanut butter beneath my lower lash line just to smudge that. Clearly I did a very smoky look today, obviously. And then I did Butter Pecan in the inner corner. And on the top, of course, I used Chocolate Cream. And I have a little bit, I took that Cocoa Chili you'll see kind of in the outer corner as well. So let me go ahead and zoom you in. So here's the look. And to complete this look, I used Milani's blush in Delicioso Pink. It's a very pretty pink. And on my lips, I have the Too Faced Perfect Liner. This is, I think they've changed it since then, but this is the original. And I just outlined and then filled in my whole lip. And then I took the Essence Stay Matte Lip Creams. I'm not sure if these are still available anymore, but this is the one in Velvet Rose. I used to talk about that all the time. Use that, and then over the top of that, I used my Cam Cosmetics Lip Lava in Game On. Alright, so I made it to look 3 before I used the Topaz shade. Let's be proud of that, shall we? I used Rum Raisin today all over my lid. In the crease, I took kind of a combination of Puddin' and Nougat, if you can believe that. There just wasn't a shade that I wanted exactly. I wanted in between those two, sort of, for my transition look. And then I used Hot Fudge, also in the crease just to deepen things up. I didn't pull it completely on the outer corner. And then beneath my lower lash line, first I used that Puddin', and then I used Hot Fudge just a little bit on the outer edge just to deepen things up a little bit. Now I took my, where is it? My E36 brush it is from Sigma. So it's that really kind of wispy one that I use when I want to add color on the, you know, on the crease. And I tried to add pink sugar right here on the crease just to add a little bit of interest. We'll talk more about that at the end in the review. So let me zoom you in. All right, so here's the look. The only other thing I have on my eyes is the Clinique Quick Liner for Eyes in Intense Aubergine. I'm trying to find the actual name on it, which looks like that. And then on my cheeks today, I have the Milani blush in Rose D'Oro, I believe is how you say that. Apparently I'm on a Milani blush kick this week. And I did add a little bit of Hard Candy Tiki over the top of that. Just a little bit. And then on my lips today, I have the Camp Cosmetics Lip Lava. And this is in Love Struck. I'm just going to swatch that for you here. And there you go. All right, for the fourth look, I did a very warm look, as you can tell, and I kind of built colors on top of themselves. So I started with Bon Bon all over the lid. And then I took peanut butter in the crease and I brought that up, but pretty good. You can probably see, or you see better when I zoom you in, how much I brought that up. And then I kind of used just a little bit of frosting and then truffled over the top of that to just tone down the sheen that is in that. I just kind of wanted that tone. And then in the very inner crease, if that makes sense, I used cocoa chili and licorice kind of combined. These two right here combined just to really deepen that up and kind of give that, well, kind of a gradient look, if that makes sense. Hopefully it does. I have butter pecan on the inner corner. And then I took truffled beneath my lower lash line and then blended that out again with peanut butter right there. So I'll zoom you in. So here's the look. All right, the rest of what I did on my eyes is I took MAC's Power Surge and I have that on my lower waterline. And then you could see I didn't use any liner on my upper lash line. I just lined my upper waterline with the Kat Von D, I think it's Immortal Love. It's the brown one that's almost gone. On my cheeks today, I have the Clinique Cheek Pop in Ginger Pop, which looks like that. I also have a little bit of It Cosmetics, not a little bit. There's some It Cosmetics Hello Light up there. This is the illuminating powder. And then on my lips, I have Chanel Mademoiselle, which is just carrying over from my favorites from last. Look at how much I've used that. You almost can't even see the word Chanel anymore. All right, so let's do some swatches. The first ones are Rum Raisin, Mousse, Caramel, and Bon Bon. So Rum Raisin, Mousse, Caramel, and Bon Bon. And then Butter Pecan, I'm going to add right at the end there. It's Butter Pecan. Cocoa Chili, Pink Sugar, Puddin', and Blueberry Swirl. So Cocoa Chili, Pink Sugar, Puddin', and Blueberry Swirl. I'll add these two at the end. This is peanut butter and frosting. So peanut butter and frosting. Not to be confused with peanut butter frosting. Licorice, coconut cream, nougat, and truffled. So licorice, coconut cream, nougat, and truffled. And then this is hot fudge, and then there's hot fudge. So there are 16 shades in this, 7 of which are matte. Okay, the clear kind of losing shade in this is Pink Sugar. That it's just pointless. I even tried kind of patting it over in looks before I started this 4 Looks 1 palette, and it's just kind of a pointless shade. I know I've heard other people say the same thing. Some people really like it for, like I said, patting over shades. I tried to add it with my finger. I've tried to add it with a brush. It just doesn't really work so well in my opinion. But, I mean, for those people that like it, that's awesome. I had the same kind of feelings with this that I did with the original one, if I remember correctly. I'm kind of like, meh, it's fine. It's a nice palette. It smells like chocolate. This I don't appreciate. The magnet on it is very... I have found that if I leave this in there for some reason, it doesn't fall apart as easily. Oops, as easily. But I love that it is thinner. Just like everybody else, I love that the names are on here. For those of us that watch YouTube videos and watch tutorials and do YouTube videos and do tutorials, I think that's just awesome. I think the average consumer probably could care less. I don't know for sure. I don't know a lot of people that love makeup that are an average consumer versus a YouTube watcher, if that makes any sense. But at any rate, you know, I really enjoyed Bon Bon, which is what I have on my lid today. That's a very nice shade. It definitely has some transition shades in there in Peanut Butter, which is obviously a very warm transition shade, Mousse, and then Nougat as well. I do wish that Mousse was just a little bit deeper to kind of add a little more, but you know, overall it's very nice. It has, you know, it does have this matte brown. It's just in truffled. It's just not as deep as I would like, but I can mix it with other things. I mean, that's the whole point of a palette, I think, is being able to mix things. And really enjoyed the brow bone color. It's very much like Blanc type. I love when a palette has that in there because I use that every single day. So I could absolutely travel with this as far as all the shades are in there. I would absolutely like rubber band this or something. There's no way I would stick this in my makeup bag because of that magnet issue. But, I mean, is what it is. Right? As far as wear time, I feel like I got maybe 6 hours, maybe 7 hours before I started seeing some creasing, which for some might be fine. For me, that's a little bit short. And I'm sorry, I cannot remember if it's different from the chocolate bar, but I can tell you this. I love the 9-pan palettes from Too Faced, like the Natural Eye, and for some reason, those last longer on me than these ones did. And again, I can't remember if the original Too Faced had that problem or not, but same, you know, it's the same kind of primer method that I've used in the past. So I don't really know why these ones seem to crease a little bit sooner, but I'm curious if anybody else noticed that. So let me know if you noticed that as well. But yeah, about 6-7 hours, and then I definitely saw creasing. So yeah, I don't love this. I don't dislike it. It's just kind of fine. You know, and I feel badly because I know there are so many people that really like it. So in comparison, in case you haven't seen this before, this is the original chocolate bar, and this is this one. So it is much slimmer, not quite as bulky. This one has the plastic sheet in it. So here we go. I'll kind of show them like this. I feel like there's definitely warm shades in both of them. I think the original has a little more of a mix of cools and warms, where this one is just, there are some cools in here, but it's pretty warm overall. So yeah, and again, I don't remember the last time I've used the original. So I kind of am in the minority there and not thinking, these are so loud, I'm sorry, and not thinking that it's the be-all end-all, but I mean, it was fun to play with. It's just not my favorite by any means. So I will tell you what I wore on the rest of my face throughout all 4 days. For primer, I was using the Laura Mercier Foundation Primer, just the plain old one, and the Bourjois Healthy Mix in number 52. And somebody asked me what the name of this was, and I said that it didn't have a name, and that was a lie. I didn't know that. It's 52 Vanilla, because apparently they don't have the numbers listed on the site, so mine is in Vanilla. I used the MAC Pro Longwear in NW20. For eye primer, I have this cut out of the tube, the Merle Norman eye primer, which not in the tube is starting to dry out, so I may have to give up the ghost on that one. For powder all the days, I use the Smashbox in, what is this? The Photo Filter in number 2. I really like this. And then on my eyebrows, I use the Anastasia Brow Wiz in dark brown all of the days as well. For mascara, sorry I forgot to grab that, I use the Tarte Gifted mascara all of the days, and I think that is everything. So yeah, all right, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you're having a great day. Check out the playlist if you're interested in any other ones, and I will talk to you very soon. Bye.